Kidd Kraddick in the morning.
Hey, it's Kellie Rasberry with your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday. It's April the 26th. How to Train Your Dragon. It's been in the box office for 5 weeks now, and it was #1 again this past weekend, taking in another $15 million. Not such great news for Jennifer Lopez. She had her romantic comedy comeback with the backup plan, but it was only good enough for a second place finish with $12.2 million. Date Night's been around for a few weeks now. It went to third place with $10.6 million, and the new movie, The Losers, was a big loser. Didn't even crack the $10 million mark, only earned $9.6 million for a fourth place finish. Food fight in Miami. They're filming season 2 of Jersey Shore as we speak. And Snooki and JWoww went to a club, I think it was on Friday, maybe Saturday night, and they were doing some shots, having a good time, when this guy comes up and hits on Snooki. Well, she turned him down, but she was rather rude about it, even threw the F-bomb at him. And he took her drink and then walked back to his table and explained to his buddy what had just happened. So the buddy gets up and goes over to Snooki and says, "You know what, you dissed my friend. I think you owe him an apology." Snooki did not like that one bit, so she picked up a handful of food off the table, threw it at the guy, and then lunged at him. She gave him a left slap across the shoulder, a right slap across the cheek, and then picked up this plastic cup filled with a drink and threw it on him. So he turns around and dumps his drink on her. So security comes over and throws him out. Who was right? Who was wrong here? I don't know, but the crowd was screaming, "We love you, Snooki," so she wins. We'll get to see all the fun when Jersey Shore comes back to MTV on July 29th. Lindsay Lohan, we talked to her dad, Michael, this morning, and you can hear the excerpts from that on KiddLive.com on stuff you missed from the show today. But she also has, the ultimatum with her dad. If she doesn't, agree to his terms and meet with her today, he's going to court. But also this weekend she had two whammies. She got banned from one club and then fired from a movie. First off, Friday night she was at this club called Truesdale and saw Lindsay's former girlfriend there, Samantha Ronson, hanging out with a group of friends. So Lindsay walks over and doesn't just throw her drink at Samantha's head, she throws the entire glass at Samantha's head. Glass shatters everywhere. Samantha very shaken up. The club owner comes over and asks Lindsay to leave and tells her to never come back again. She's not welcome. And then on top of that, the writer and director of her next movie, it's called The Other Side, has released a statement saying the team simply chose to move on from Lindsay and they'll be announcing her replacement soon. So double whammy for Lindsay. They say financial backers just don't think, well, first of all, they don't know for sure that she'll even show up and do a good job for them if she does. Plus, they don't think her name brings the same box office as it once did. Doesn't have the same financial draw. She's not a bankable star anymore. Now, Justin Bieber, he was supposed to perform 3 songs in Sydney, Australia this morning on one of those morning shows, sort of like a Regis and Kelly or a Today Show type thing. Well, girls camped out overnight, and the frenzy was building leading up to the 7 a.m. performance. So by the time he went on, he performed one song, the girls behind him through the glass of the TV station were just in a frenzy at this point. They were crushing, pressing forward. Girls were fainting. Girls were being crushed. 8 girls had to be taken to the hospital, others being treated for hyperventilation. The police say enough is enough. They pull the plug on the rest of his performance. Of course, the fans go ballistic. They're all upset. But the police are saying, you know what, it's really the parents mostly to blame. Who sends your 12-year-old daughter out to camp overnight and get crushed against the glass by these other rabid Justin Bieber fans? Where were the parents? I'd like to know that one too. And then finally, really sad news when we heard about Bret Michaels over the weekend. Of course, he had that emergency appendectomy just a couple of weeks ago when he was supposed to perform at SeaWorld in San Antonio. And then he had this thunderclap headache, I think is how doctors describe it, where he suddenly felt like someone was hitting him in the back of the head with a baseball bat over and over again. So he calls 911. He's rushed to the hospital and put in ICU because he was hemorrhaging, bleeding at his brainstem, and doctors still have not been able to determine the source of that bleeding. His manager went on his Facebook or Twitter account this morning and just updated the fans saying that Bret is talking, but his speech is slurred, his vision's blurry, he's still suffering from these terrible headaches. Doctors still trying to pinpoint the source of the bleeding, but sometimes they say the bleeding just stops and goes away, and they never know what caused it. But as for now, he is still in critical condition in ICU at an undisclosed hospital. And that's your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday.
Check out more blogs, pics, videos, and celebrity gossip, all at KiddLive.com.